a small exercise to test our understanding. A limited sells goods on sale or return basis frequently. It records such deliveries as sales in its day book. On 20th March, it sent goods to XYZ costing rupees 1 lakh at a profit of 50% on cost. These goods needed to be approved or returned by 20th April, and on 25th March, 60% of the goods were approved while 10% were returned. Record these transactions assuming X Limited closes its books of account on 31st March. For convenience sake, we have repeated the same problem. So in this case, the moment goods are sent on approval on 20th March, we record it in the first column, goods sent on approval. We put the date, the name of our customer, and put the amount. The amount would be 1,50,000. It is 1 lakh cost plus 50% profit, 50,000, total of 1,50,000. The computations were done before too. When the goods are returned on 25th March, XYZ Limited, an amount of 15,000, 10%. When the goods are approved too, they are recorded here, XYZ Limited, we have an amount of 45,000. $90,000. The balance would therefore be 45,000. In this case, the total of 1,50,000, the effect of this transaction for goods sent on approval in the memorandum book would be to just debit XYZ's account or debtor's account, debtor account debit to total sale or return amount of 1,50,000. This would be the effect of the transaction. With this 15,000, we would just do the opposite, that is total sale or return account debit 15,000 to debtor account, that is XYZ account, 15,000. And the effect of the goods approved would be to again do the same, that is total sale or return debit to debtor's account. So when goods are returned or when goods are approved, the entry in the memorandum books is one and the same. However, in addition to this memorandum book, there would be one entry, that is XYZ's account in the main books to sale transaction for 90,000. The moment goods are approved, we need to pass the entry in the main books. As far as this balance is concerned, 45,000, we need to, if we are closing our books, we need to bring it into our stock account. The entry would be stock with customer debit to trading. However, the value would not be 45,000 since the cost of the goods would be 30,000, which is lower, and therefore stock to trading, we would pass an entry of 30,000. The format of the ledgers. In the sale or return account, XYZ's account in this case, goods on approval was 1,50,000. To do a quick posting here, put the date and we would write to sale or return an amount of 1,50,000. Here it would be by XYZ, by sundries actually. Here we have only one case, but in reality we would have several such customers. By sundries, goods sent on approval would be 1,50,000. For the goods returned, we would say to sundries returned would be 15,000 and approved would be 90,000. This is posted here as buy, sale or return in X's account 15,000 and again sale or return 90,000. The balance in XYZ's account would be 45,000, representing the stock of goods lying with XYZ Limited but at selling price. The same balance is reflected here, only XYZ's account would have a debit balance, the total sale or return account would have a credit balance, amount being the same, 45,000. This is how the entire records are maintained when transactions are more frequent. Very often, only a journal is maintained and the ledger is not maintained under this system. The ledger can be incorporated when the transactions are numerous. That is optional. Sometimes the ledger is maintained and sometimes it is not maintained. If it is not maintained, no entry is passed when goods are sent on approval. No entry is passed when goods are returned. However, when goods are approved, only an entry in the main books is passed. As usual, with the balance amount on the closing date, we need to incorporate that as stock. We need to be careful that stock is valued at cost or the selling price, whichever is lower. This is in the debtors ledger. In the main books, XYZ Limited's account is debited with the amount of sales which is approved. We say 2 sales, that is 90,000, and the sales account is by XYZ Limited's account 90,000. Only when goods are approved, only when the sale is approved, is this entry made in the main books.